money.
Mm-hmm.
Now this age, like lots of people, when they doing something, they always could put a good mask on, right? They are bad people, but they act good people. So it's very difficult to tell. So how can you find out people are really good people or bad people?
Well, I mean, this comes down to it's hard to really get into it, but I think we'll go through a quote, right?
Mm-hmm.
The people who claim they are evil
Mm-hmm.
are most likely no more evil than you or me. And then the people who claim they are good are probably the most evil. Because people who claim they're good, we don't know what their intentions are behind their gifts and generosity. So that's a lot to unpack, actually, that statement right there.
Yes.
So let's break it down. People who claim they're evil are no more evil than you and me. Why do we say that? Because people who claim they're evil, they're actually at the first step of self-realization. They start to realize that they are not a good person. And I think everybody going to be, if you want to be awoken, whatever you want to put, right? The first step is to understand that we are evil. And the people who claim that they are evil, they have woken up to a certain point, right? So that is the first thing, okay? I mean, that's getting into more of a awakening than how to tell. Now, the next thing is people who claim they are good are most likely evil. Because what is good? That's the biggest thing. What is good? In Kabbalah, we always talk about the ego, right? And we always talk about how we should give charity. Most people give charity not because they are giving for the sake of giving, but rather they're giving to increase their ego. And that's the biggest thing. People who claim they're good, they have generosity, that we have no idea what their intentions are. And that's the biggest thing. And there's a story I read when I was a teenager from a book from Kabbalah, where there was a homeless guy and a rich businessman. And the rich businessman tried to give the homeless man money.
Mm-hmm.
And the homeless man kept rejecting the businessman's money, right? Because the homeless guy understood that the businessman was only giving him money to increase his ego, not because he wanted to give for the sake of giving. He didn't have any strings attached. So far, I have seen, even myself, it's so hard to give for the sake of giving without anything, no feeling, no nothing. You're just giving. There's no strings attached, no nothing. That's why people who claim they're good, they run around. So if you want to judge people, how much are they promising? How much good things are they saying? This is why it's very interesting to watch elections and so on and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the U.S. election has become one of the most interesting cases of this. Trump versus whoever they put up there, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was Biden, now it's Kamala, okay? Trump says he's not the most perfect man. His older speeches, I'm not sure, I haven't listened to his new one, but his last speeches, he always says, yeah, I did those bad things. What about it, right? He says he's not a good person, right? The other side always claims to be the pure, holy people coming down, right? The saviors. You need to question why they claiming this. I'm not saying Trump doesn't do it. Trust me, Trump does do. That's why you should always question everything. When Trump says he's the savior coming down, what's he getting out of it, right? But the other side has been claiming this for so many years. What are they getting out of it? So you start to step back and question, What are they getting out of this? Now let's take it down to the lowest level. Your friend says, hey, I'll buy you dinner. A stupid person would be like, yeah, wow, free food, yeah, let's go. And if you understand people, you start to wonder, what does my friend want? Is this a regular thing for him? Is this a random thing? If it's a regular thing, if your friend always buys you dinner every Friday night, that's he has a deep love of friendship for you, probably, okay? Probably. But if it's random, why is it random? What's going on? Even him buying dinner every Friday night, you should still question. What's he want in the future? Everything, you start having these questions.
Probably he want you love him as a...
Maybe that could be his ego. Maybe his ego is he has a friend, right?
Yeah, he want his friend treat him as
Maybe.
nice as he treat his friend.
Exactly. We don't know, right?
Yes.
Because we cannot judge their attention. That's why we say people who claim they're good are probably the most evil people. Just like the Trojan horse. I mean, we can all go way back to the horse. Remember the horse? Mm-hmm. It's a very famous story. They put all the people on the horse. It looked like a gift, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would look very good. So we don't understand these people. So how do you judge? You start asking questions. You start seeing patterns. You start questioning these patterns. You start observing. You want to judge the people who say they're evil? They most likely are evil because they're no more evil than you or me. Because they have a self-realization. But the people who say they are good, it's going to be much more complicated. That's why this video is probably a little bit complicated for some people, because it's hard to tell. Just like the election, I just said Trump said, yeah, he did bad things, but then also he says he's a savior at some point too. You have to question these things. The other side, they always say they're the savior, so you should always question that, right? But you need to question both sides. You can't be one or the other. You have to find out for yourself, and you have to see these people are doing this, just like the story. The businessman is giving charity because of his ego, because he wants to feel better. He wants something. He wants something out of that guy, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe he wants the guy to feel like he owes him something. I don't know, right? People's intentions are very different from everything, and they may not even know their intention. And this is the thing. Question everything, watch for patterns, and just understand, people who say they're evil, they most likely are not as evil as you think. I said most likely. I mean, there's really crazy people out there, right? But the worst people are the people who claim they're good, because you never know what their intentions are.
Got it.